Hi, all. This is Rosie Snow, Director of Christian Discipleship at Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church, and this is my second video discipleship dispatch. So, I wanted to begin this dispatch with a reflection, a observation that I had last fall, and this is more of a poetic observation than a scientific observation. But as I was walking around last fall, I noticed that a lot of trees and a lot of shrubs and bushes seem to have a lot of fruit. You know, whatever fruit they were putting out, there just seemed to be a ton of it, whether that was ginkgo nuts or walnuts or whatever berry or cone the tree was putting out. I saw that there just seemed to be a unusually large amount, and it made me think of a gardener who I follow online, and how she said that when there is a disease in her garden, um, there's a common disease that attacks trees, and she saw that one of her trees was getting sick, and she knew that that tree was going to die the next year because it put out a whole lot of fruit. And so she felt that the tree knew this was its last chance to reproduce, and so it produced a lot of fruit to see itself through in a new way into the future, even though it had passed. And in the fall, I was thinking, this seems kind of ominous to me. Like, why is all this fruit being produced? Does it mean something is coming that's going to be challenging, and nature is trying to let us know that we need to prepare for it? Anyway, that's all to say. Of course, now it's easy to look back and say, well, there was something coming, not something necessarily that was attacking animals and plants and nature, although that's happening with climate change, but with the coronavirus, that's attacking humans. And so it just makes me think, looking back, maybe in a way nature was trying to show us that it's there for us, that we need to pay attention to the abundance that it provides for us if we're going to get through the challenges that are coming our way. And again, that's not a scientific reflection. That's totally a sort of poetic reflection. But it does lead me now to feel like when so much is going haywire, and we may feel very disoriented and at sea and scared and don't know which way is up or what is stable anymore, that the earth is still there for us. The earth is there to catch us when we fall. The earth is showing us her beauty and her abundance as the seasons change and as we see new growth start to spring forth. And no matter what else is going on, there is an invitation from nature to do something that's grounding, literally grounding, to do something that is nourishing spiritually. And many of us being stuck at home, if you're lucky enough to have a yard or even just a windowsill or a space where you can connect to nature, I think now is a really good time to do that. So, and I think this is a way to connect with God as well. You know, a lot of times Christians think of God as being purely immanent, as in, up there above and around us, immanent, but kind of just out of reach. But there's a lot of theological support that God is not just immanent, but that God is immanent, that God is present in nature, that God is reaching out to us and speaking to us through nature and inviting us to work with God for abundance. So I think if we can take that idea that God is immanent in nature with us into the next days and weeks, now would be a great time to start a garden, to expand a garden, to spend more time in nature if possible. But as far as gardening goes, I think we're all seeing the writing on the wall that there's going to be a huge amount of need in our community and actually all over the world, and that supply chains being disrupted. I don't think we need to worry about panic about food shortages. That being said, the more abundance that we can produce in our own backyards, in our own communities, imagine if all the lawns in America and even in church on church properties across America was converted to producing food. What if we started planting nut trees? There's been research showing that um, that we can really stave off a huge amount of famine and hunger into this century if we start planting huge numbers of nut trees. Um, what if we started doing that work now? What if nature is saying, "I've got your back now"? What if God is saying, "I'm here with you, with the earth, and I'm asking you, choose abundance, work with me, grow things, plant." So that's really my message for today. Um, I just hope that you can find some comfort and some emotional support in nature and with nature this week, no matter what else is going on. It's really unprecedented times, but God is with you, and nature is with you, and your neighbors are with you in spirit, if not physically. So have a great week, and God bless.